Hello, friends, and all my fellow mommies in waiting. It's your girl, Nurse Vita. I just want to take this time to thank you for watching my channel and welcome all my new people if this is your first time watching to my channel. If this is your first time, yes, I am a registered nurse. However, I do not give medical advice on my channel. I just speak to my experience on my IVF journey. So if you want a medical advice, please speak to your doctor or your provider specialist. Okay. Thank you. All right, now that that's out the way, if it is your first time here, be sure to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and like this video. Thank you. You appreciate it. Okay, now let's jump into this video, friends. Table on, look at her. I subscribe. Like 6 times, see that drip. You are wondering how did we get here? How did we get here? Okay, so this is a tough one, y'all. I have been on my IVF journey for the since when did I start? June 2020 is when we first began this process. I had started posting some videos and just, because I wanted to record the process because I thought, like everybody else, this was going to be, quick. I'm going to be different. First round, I'm going to be good. It's going to happen. So I want to have this journey where I can show my kids and see, this is how you were here. Mommies love you. And, but that didn't happen. So we are here now from June to, so what's that, about a year and a half in. Oh my God. Seems like forever. And the crazy thing is the time goes by, it's like so fast and yet so slow at the same time, because while you waiting on the next cycle or taking the medication, you have to wait every month till your cycle comes on. So it's like it goes by fast and slow at the same time. Okay, now that we got that out the way, I began recording my journey once again because I felt like I was talking to my partner one day. I had been feeling like down, depressed, sad, overwhelmed, anxious, just all these things. I had started going to counseling like in October, and we was having a conversation, just sitting on the couch, regular conversation. And it was just expressed like, I felt after you go through this journey, you think you're going to have a child in the next few months, whatever. You kind of put life on hold. You put life on pause. So we wasn't out hanging out. I wasn't drinking, wasn't eating. I changed my diet. We didn't do a whole lot of traveling, first of all, because of the corona. We couldn't actually go where we wanted to go, but we still were going to the beach. We went to Aruba and stuff like that. But our trips were shorter because we had to get back and come to the hospital. And just, it was our lifestyle was different. So, but in changing our lifestyle, we knew that we were trying to reach a goal. We was trying to obtain, the goal of starting our family. So it's like, it was a method to the madness. And we felt like we could see the end of the light we could see the light at the end of the tunnel several times throughout this process, but we still have just not seemed to make it there. So in having that conversation, I was like, I just felt like I wasn't waking up with a purpose anymore. I just felt like blah, like I'm just here, get up or whatever. I'm a flight attendant as well, so would go to work and would be dealing with crazy passengers, and like my mind just it wasn't there. I would be driving to work and just start crying, tears would roll down my face. I couldn't listen to the radio, and even when silence, I'm just trying to clear my head and just pray and meditate, and I would just start crying. So I was like, okay, pause. I need to find a way to use this energy, basically it's my pain so that others can learn or heal in the process at the same time that I'm healing in the process, if that makes sense to you. I just needed to share my story. And honestly, since I started back making videos, I think last week I started back making videos, and it has been so therapeutic for me just to speak my story. Like I'm taking it from inside, the pain from inside, and just putting it out there so that, I don't know, it's a real healing process. It's, when I tell you, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. Even though I have people here where I can talk to my partner, it's just you don't want to put that weight on her, or I don't want to put that weight on her. So I come to you to share my story with you and tell you about my journey. So that's how we got here. It's been a year and some months in the making. I started off at one facility in Irving, Texas, And the provider was just not really, she just wasn't doing what we felt needed to be done to get the process. We did not feel comfortable enough with carrying on in the process with her. So we left that facility in, I want to say in October. Yeah, because I did 2 IUIs there and both of those fell. And at the end of October, I just said, okay, because my goal was to be pregnant by my birthday, which my birthday was in October. So that didn't work. So stopped that, started looking for another doctor. So we found another doctor around mid-November. Ran all the tests, everything that I had done at the other facility. Once they got the medical records, just were not, nothing was conclusive. Everything was inconclusive. So is it this or is it that? So did you have this or you did? And we're like, I didn't know because I wasn't looking in. I can only go by what the note said and what she was telling me. So basically they didn't match. What she told me and what my medical record was showing did not match. So I had to have all my tests reran, everything. Test came back that I had fibroids and a cyst, so I had to get that removed. So in December, I had the first surgery to have some fibroid removed. I had a myomectomy and a cystectomy to have a cyst removed. They call it a chocolate cyst removed on my, which one was at that time? My left ovary. I had a chocolate cyst on my left ovary. So we make it through December. All right, now, okay, she said, we got that clear. You all good. Let's go and start the process for the retrieval. So I started the stems process. Everything was looking good for the stems process. We got everything. Oh my goodness, it's so much. I think I might be getting my months confused. But we got everything taken care of, and I was able to start stem. So I went through the whole stem process. I was in a lot of pain because I have fibroids and endometriosis, so a lot of pain every time I would take medication. You know, when you have to do when your period starts and you just cramp a lot, it's a whole thing. So I started the protocol, was able to complete a retrieval, and obtained 18 follicles, 18 matured, 10 fertilized, 8 made it to day 3. So 8 made it to day 3, and then 1 only made it to day 5. So right now I have 1 embryo waiting to be transferred that's somewhere frozen. I have 1 little baby that's waiting for me. All it takes is 1. That's what I keep telling myself, so that's what I want y'all to know. All it takes is 1. So the plan was initially I wanted to do another retrieval so I can have more than 1. But the way everything was going, every time I tried to do a stem, like something else would pop up. I would, another fibroid would pop up. I would get a cyst or something like that. So I was like, okay. And having to have another surgery in March and then another one in June, July, around that time, at the end of June, beginning of July. So around that time. So then I was like, well, let's just try a transfer. Once we get everything cleared out, let's just try a transfer and just see what happens. Because at this point, again, I was like, I want to be pregnant by my birthday, before my birthday. After that happened, we started trying to start a feed cycle, fresh embryo transfer cycle. So I started taking estrogen and medication for that, and I went in for the checkup so she can see how my uterus was responding, because it has to be a certain thickness, and everything was fine. But then she saw fluid in my uterus. So once she saw that, okay, so once the idea was that once I started taking the progesterone, it's supposed to kind of equalize my hormones, and the fluid is supposed to go away. So I was still on estrogen and progesterone, getting ready for, I had my transfer date. So I had to go in the day before to see if the fluid was gone, and it was not. So that transfer date was canceled. So then we tried again, I think like 2 months later, just to see what would happen. Same thing happened, but this time she was like, okay, we're gonna try something different to get the fluid out. That didn't work. Try it again another month, the month later. And this time, like as soon as I started, I think this is my fault because I kept wanting to try back to back. I felt like I should have waited, had another exam or something just to see what was causing all the fluid. But I was just so in my head, it was like I have this timeline that I'm trying to meet of when I want to be pregnant and start the family and all this other stuff. And it was just not happening. So when I started the third feed cycle, like my body was just telling me, no, stop. You can't do this. I was in pain. I was cramping. Like the pain was so bad that I couldn't move. I had the worst migraines ever. Like I couldn't get out of bed. I could barely walk to the bathroom. It just felt like my head was going to explode. I was cramping, pain down in my leg. It was a lot. So my body was telling me, don't do it. I had to stop. Ended up having to go to the emergency room. And from there, they found an abscess on one of my tubes. So once they found that cycle was canceled anyway. So I couldn't continue to do anything. So now they discovered that I have hydrosalpinx on my left tube. So now I have to get that tube removed completely before I can even do a transfer. So mind you, with all this, I'm still working full time. I'm flying, trying to, still work. And because you got to be able to afford it. So I'm trying to work and be able to afford all these tests, make these appointments, having flexibility, being able to be off at home to go to these doctor's appointments. The doctor's appointments at 7 o'clock. Well, no, it was they tried to, I couldn't make it at 7. So I had to be there every day before 9 o'clock so I can get same day lab results. So that's just like having a second full-time job, basically. And I just needed a break. I just felt like my spirit had hit rock bottom and I just needed to decompress and reset. So I just canceled everything. I ended up having to take a leave off from work because like I said, I had began feeling depressed. So after all that, I really couldn't take it anymore. And we had the conversation of what I felt like my purpose would be. And my purpose was I needed to get my story out. So if anyone ever begins to feel like they're alone in this process, if you don't know me from a can of paint, don't want to talk to me, just want to hit me up. I get messages in my DM. I get messages in my comments on my YouTube, get messages on Instagram and TikTok, just saying, I'm going through this. I have a transfer. I've been doing this on the process for 3 years and I've had a miscarriage, So it's so much that people go through, that women go through and couples go through, either same sex, hetero or homosexual couples go through. And it's just a lot to take in when you feel like you're alone and by yourself and no one else is going to understand. So where I might not understand, I might not have gone through exactly what you've been through, I can still be empathetic to your process. And that's what I'm finding out, that a lot of women, a lot of people are just empathetic to the process as a woman because you feel like you were born to do this. This is what I'm here for. I'm here to make babies, right? So when it's not coming as easily or as you're having a harder time, you begin to think, so what's wrong with me? Why can't I do this? And you shouldn't feel that way. And if you do feel like you shouldn't feel that way alone, you shouldn't feel that way alone. Be able to release every emotion that you have and just come out on the other side a stronger person, so you can be a better mom, a better friend, a better partner however your journey ends. Because I don't know if I'm gonna ever be able to actually carry a child because I've never made it to that step before. So right now I'm just in the process of getting my hair right, wrapping around everything that we have for the next step. So I have to have the surgery. I actually just called the doctor's office today to say, okay, put me on a schedule. So whenever they call me back, hopefully it'll be next month, so I can get that out the way before we go into the next year, and I can actually go in with the fresh start, fresh energy, fresh vibes, manifesting everything that we want. So now I can actually have this conversation and not just burst out in tears when, dude, even maybe yesterday, the day before, I don't feel like I would have been able to do this. So as much as your comments tell me that I'm helping you, believe me, you're helping me. You're helping me make it through this process. And I said that I'm going to start like a foundation or something to like little care packages or boxes or something. If you hit me up on the channel, I'm gonna just send you a little IVF mommy in a waiting box. So if you like that idea, let me know, and I'll start working on that ASAP, because I'm pretty sure everybody can use pregnancy tests, you know, the ovulation strips, you know, maybe some. I've got this transfer ready socks, inspirational quotes of books, or maybe a journal, because that helped me as well. A journal just to write down all my feelings and emotions. So if you would like something like that, and even if you want to contribute or donate to the foundation, I Found Me Foundation, we can start that. Just let me know, and we can get this thing popping. Okay, so that is just my where are we now story and how we got here. I will be beginning to post more videos of the process and what I had to go through from the beginning to the end, because now I feel like I'm kind of starting over. So those will be some upcoming videos. If you think of anything that you want to know or want me to discuss or about my experience, just please feel free to leave me a comment. And once again, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I am here for you. Thank you for watching. Love and baby dust. I'll see you on the other side.
New post alert. Have you subscribed?
It's time already. Shine already. It's time already. The line already. It's time already.